Joe, you're live, buddy.
Andrew, you're live, buddy. Dave, you're live too.
Oh, what? I'm live?
We're all live.
I'm not muted.
Live.
You're not mute, and you're not muted. We unmuted you.
Yeah, I figured it was a good time to unmute you.
Let's let him loose. Let him loose.
He's been muted all day.
That's good for Dave. That'll build up pressure on him.
Right?
Yeah, there you go. Good show. A couple of bombs, all that good stuff.
No. So before we get started, I wanted to let everybody know that there is still a promotion going on for Sudsy Bear. NextFish 20. Go to sudsybear.com and you will save 20% on your order. And I have no idea how long it's going to be live for, but I do know that it's still live. So You're going to want to check it out. It's good stuff, isn't it? Isn't it, guys?
It is. We finally got Dave on board. We finally got Dave cleaned up.
And me being cleaned up. Look at you, man.
Hey,
you look
man.
like a 12-year-old.
Look, I
didn't know who it was.
I should have waited one more day because of our guest, man. We could have had a little competition and maybe a vote.
Oh no, you ain't gonna get on Wes, man. Look, the guy can grow facial hair, but damn if he can grow some hair on top of his head.
Mine's also fading fast, Dave.
Man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. I had to, bro. It was getting out of control. My little one kept grabbing it and pulling it. And
yeah.
The good thing is mine can come back relatively quickly, unlike somebody we know.
You kind of, it's like his neck is so small.
Dude, I
don't know, man.
I kind of feel like ET,
or like that chicken that's just like pissed off in the coop.
Yeah, you kind of look like a man in a way.
Oh no.
Got to draw the round circle head, Dude, then a little line for the neck and body.
Do I look like this in real life? I gotta find out. I gotta find out if it's the camera or what's going on. I don't know what's going on tonight, guys.
Oh God.
So, guys, we've got a cool guest coming on tonight. He's a captain. He's been doing a lot of fishing. He's windburnt. That's what I heard.
Very windburnt.
And Dave, what can you tell me about Wes Wildman?
Oh, man.
Wildman.
I've known him for quite a while, man. Fished against him a lot. Bass fishing.
Just remember, he can see everything you're saying. So
yeah. Fished against him a lot, bass fishing. Fished a couple tournaments with him. Good person, man. Totally good person. Mutual friend of ours, John Perry, introduced us. And if anybody knows John, man, he's a handful. But no, that was one of the good things that come from knowing John is being able to meet Wes and hanging out with him and stuff like that. Man, he's good people. Getting into the charter game, charter fishing, and here in Sarasota, Bradenton area, and he's got his work cut out for him right now. He's got a lot of. He's got to get. He's got a lot of pressure on him.
It's a busy area up there.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And we haven't had the best of luck with red tide and pollution spills and those kinds of things. For those guys that make a livelihood out there on the water, it's a little tough, man. It's a little tough, and so we're here to help him try to grow his business, grow his clientele base, and I'll tell you what, the guy can fish. Freshwater, saltwater, doesn't matter. He knows how to catch fish, period. So
that's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he's got to say today. Hear a little bit about what he's been doing.
Yeah, I am too, because I know that the tarpon have showed up in big numbers.
That is what I've heard.
Word on the beach is that is the truth.
Word on the beach.
Word on the beach.
It wouldn't be on the street. I mean, if tarpon was on the street, that'd be a bad day anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've had a few storms that have flooded some streets where I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Little lion barrier islands we have here. So.
No, well, let's do something here. Guys, don't forget to stop over to sudsybear.com. NextFish 20. Get your 20% off your order. It's expiring, but let's get Wes in here. Let's get him in. Talk to Wes. Wes, I'm going to switch spots with you. I like you up in this corner.
How are you doing, folks?
Wildman Adventures. Hey, look at that logo, guys.
I like it, man. I made shirts. I made everything with that. I appreciate it, Andy.
Yeah, man.
Hey, anything I can do to help you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. sure.
Absolutely. So tell us about yourself, man. Dave says that you're a tournament angler, and then your tournament angler kind of turned fishing guide. So tell me how this process went and took place.
Well, I mean, I was freshwater forever. I mean, I did so much bass fishing. It was since I was a kid. Me and my pops, we fished local club tournaments and moved our way up to Okeechobee, fishing, some open stuff. And then I started fishing BFLs and ABAs, all that jazz. I mean, I've fished all over Florida, really. Some of the, Southeast United States as well, but mainly in Florida. And I just, like the tournament fishing is great. It's good fun. You can definitely win some money in it, but I knew I wanted to make a living at fishing, right? I mean, something that was guaranteed every day. So that's why I decided, to get my captain's license. And I tried to do some bass stuff, it just didn't really seem like it wasn't paying the bills, you know what I mean? So kind of ventured into it. I mean, I saltwater fish growing up too, just not as much as like on the lakes and everything. But it was definitely, I just made a transition, man, and I haven't turned back really. I worked through a marina for the last, probably about 4 years, when red tide hit. Actually, red tide hit. My wife had our son. There's just so much stuff all in like 1 year, I took a full-time job, full-time gig at the marina, doing a little bit of retail for them at their tackle shop and running their boats for them. But, I mean, the goal was to fish full-time. And so this March, I just broke away. So I mean, and I haven't, honestly, it's been so busy, man. I don't know if it has to do with the COVID thing, like everyone this year, it's been incredibly busy. I'm so thankful. Like, I mean, just business out the wahoo, So, I mean, I've been, awesome. At least every day during the week. I mean, I could probably run most of the weekends if I wanted. But it's been incredible. So
that's great to hear. That's great to hear, man. That's that's an accomplishment because getting started with as many captains as we have in our area, it's tough sled, man. And when you get these guys on the boat, it's something we've talked about before, but you grow a clientele base, you have your books, you have your, you reach out to them every year, you send them Christmas cards. Hey guys, when you're back to Florida and things like that, we've discussed this all the way down the road, but no, it's great to hear that you're super busy. And now is your busy time. Now is your real busy time. Tarpon showed up. So
the tarpon, man, they're kind of my nemesis right now, man. Honestly, so last week was great. We were hooking fish. Hold on 1 second. This is really seriously sorry.
Well, tarpon fishing is that bad. Look at it.
It is a nemesis. I think tarpon.
He's like, I think I got one on. No, so.
Sorry about that, fellas. I really am. Oh my gosh.
It's all right.
Something was on the stove that shouldn't have been on the stove. I'm not even. I just had to fix an issue there. But so anyhow, man.
That's a good issue to fix. Let's just start there.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't believe that. But so the last week was great. We had that little front that came through, and we're still seeing the effects of it. But that low pressure right before it, man, I mean, they kicked off good. Like the bridge Skyway was fishing really good, a lot of fish out of Egmont, all the fish you wanted on the beaches and then the pass. I mean, we were hooking a ton of fish,
Yeah.
If you've ever tarpon fished, like getting them to the boat is a different story than flying them. I mean, you can fly them all you want, but getting them like boat side a lot of times can be tricky.
It's good. It's good that I hear that from you because I just so happened to pick up a new little gig, and I represent a hook now that I put into Captain Carl Butagen's hands down in Ponta Gorda that he said is very deadly. So
really?
He was a perfect 7 for 7 on the hook.
Oh,
and he actually did not even change the leader after 2 fish. He fished it a third one.
No.
And he hasn't changed the hook on it yet. I didn't get the report today, But
What?
I need to get you a few of these hooks, Wes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, send me a
I'll
little,
share some of your
little
wealth, man.
sneak peek, man. We'll have to keep that one a secret, though.
God,
I'm gonna have to secret that one up for sure. Keep it in the back pocket.
7 for 7. That's some good numbers, man.
That's really
no,
good.
it's good numbers, but here's the thing, and Wes, you can chime in on this, man. You catch a tarpon, you get it to the boat, it's an automatic retie. There is no, it's an automatic retie, and for him to catch 2 fish and even throw a third crab out there, that's buttoning up pretty good up in the top of the head and through that jaw.
So that's where most people like lose their fish, man, because their jaws are just so thick. I mean, it's not like the hook. You could have the sharpest hook, man, but if you don't get a hook through them, I mean, sometimes if I set the hook on the fish and then hand the rod over, I mean, it doesn't matter. It just getting the hook through their jaw is incredibly difficult, especially when they get to like over 100 pounds. The smaller ones, I mean, you can use a light wire. Well, I don't know. Light wire hooks, smaller hooks, whatever you want. But them big fish, man, if you can't stick them, I don't know. I mean, I've flown a lot of fish and I've lost a lot of fish.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of bone to get through, but I've definitely got something for you, man. It's got a wide gap. It's a super strong hook and very, very sharp.
Yeah. We'll have to check it out. Is it? So you say light wire though, for sure?
No, it's not a light wire.
Yeah,
it's not
but it'll still. That's it, man. I mean, some people like these light wires. If you can find a light wire that won't break on you, just because like that smaller diameter, a lot of times will puncture through. But I mean, if you got a heavy wire hook that won't break, I mean, half the time that's what it is. You'll break a dang hook.
Break the hook off. Yep.
Yeah. But even like you're talking about like the, retying, man. I mean, I've been in positions where I'll just throw a whole new leader on, just because, I mean, they get wrapped up or something. They fray the whole damn thing, so
yeah.
That's it. But yeah, you definitely got to, they're not hard to catch once you get on them. It's just getting set up on them. You know what I mean? Like that's the trick with them.
How have you been fishing lately?
So this week, because of that strong east wind, I'm on the beach. I'm trying to stay out of the wind. Fishing small pods of fish. 20, 30 fish. I mean, sometimes we run into 100, but usually those fish with 100 in them are like they're moving so fast because they're like crossing a pass or jumping a bar. They're on the move. They're trying to get somewhere. Whereas those 20, 30 school or 30 heads in a school, they're just kind of roaming a sandbar. They're like right off the edge of it, doing some circles. They're just kind of daisy chaining around or whatever you want to call it. But that's the ones we've been really getting bit on. And then last week, I've still got some micro tarpon, I call them, or little fun size, little guys,
them all day long, man.
Oh, dude, they're so much fun. I mean, I almost rather catch them, honestly, because we keep them buttoned, we get them to the boat, you get a picture of them, and people love it. But so they're up in the river. I mean, they're up in the river real tight, I mean, you could go up there, and last week we had a couple days where, I mean, we hooked 8 back to back to back. I mean, every bait that hit the water, these fish were eating. They were, and that was on that low pressure right before that front. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, man. I did try to fish them the other day, and they didn't even show their heads. So it was that's the game, man. It's you guys know how it is. But it's been good. Everything's been really good, man. I mean, the inshore bite's good too. I mean, there's still a ton of snook. The red fishing for me seems to be slowing down, but I haven't really been focused on it, so I can't really, say like some of the guys that are still really focused on it are doing pretty well in our area. But I've kind of switched gears a little bit. But we had a great spring. I mean,
it's money this time of year, man. You have 3 months of tarpon, and you start banging trips of tarpon. That's big money. That's not that's not money to go do. So the time. Crabs, the bait, making bait and stuff like that, and
that's it, man. I mean, you got to have a little bit of everything when you're tarpon fishing. You got crabs, you got live threads, you got pinfish, you got dead bait. I mean, you got everything. You should. I mean, you got to be prepared for any scenario, any situation that comes your way for sure.
So let's say somebody wants to look you up. Where should they go to look you up?
So I mean, I have a great, base on TripAdvisor. Like if people are in TripAdvisor, a lot of people seem to be kind of focus on that because they go and read reviews and stuff. So I'm really myself. I've been Google and TripAdvisor trying to get my reviews up there. So
There you go.
but I do have a website. It's Wildman's with an S Adventures. Yeah, there it is right there, guys. But you definitely make sure you put that S in there. You know, you got to have that S on the end of Wildman's. So, but yeah, the website. So I update it weekly. You know, I try to at least get one fishing report in a week on the site. But you know, social media too, guys. I mean, I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. It's Captain_Wildman for both of them, or Wildman Adventures. You can find it. You know, whichever one you search, it'll come up. And I try to stay updated. You know, when it's busy, just like everybody, man, I get tired, and that's the last thing I'm thinking about. Trying to come home to the family. You know?
Early mornings, man. 5 o'clock in the morning, every morning. Make bait, get your clients.
Oh gosh,
I mean, dude, it gets wearing on you.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Believe me, that's why I'm sitting in this recliner, boys. I'm sitting back and I'm hanging out. You know what I mean? So there's no deal for sure.
That's a good deal. So,
go ahead.
I was just wondering, you know, is it inshore only for you? I mean, what are your trips consist? You know, what do your trips consist of? You know, species wise. I mean, are you
what
do you know just specialize inshore or what?
I honestly, man, I do everything from near shore to inshore to obviously the tarpon stuff. I mean, I'm very diverse on what I do. I try to be. So like, say like the winter time, right? I mean, we don't have a lot of bait around, so I'll go off the beach. I'll go hog fishing. I'll chase triple tail around. You know, I like to do that in the winter. Sheephead, of course, you know, but I usually try to save my sheephead for those cold front weeks, like when we got a lot of winds around. I'll bang up the bay, I'll bang up docks, and you know, pitch some some shrimp at docks and stuff for those. But if I can, you know, the nearshore bite, kingfish. I mean, we had a great kingfish run.
Yeah, we had a big one this year, didn't we?
Oh, it was wild.
I heard the guys were all over them.
Dude, you know, I mean, there was probably like a 400-yard stretch, and I mean, boats were lined up next to each other, and everybody was hooking up. You know, you'd send a bait out, and it was getting smoked. I mean,
really?
Yeah, it was crazy. And they weren't all big fish, you know, a lot of like, say, 10, 15 pounders. But I mean, there was some, those are good. But for a king, you know, I mean, they're not tournament winners. They're not 50 pounders out there.
I mean,
it was wild.
I've heard a lot of captains out there, man, catching poor man's tarpon and their clients not wanting to catch anything else but that.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, man. Hey, honestly, whatever bends the line sometimes, you know, like whatever bends that rod. I mean, I'll do whatever I got to do to make sure that rod's bending, boys. You know?
Yeah, man. It's the experience. You know, I've heard all of you guys down there at the docks, man, cleaning fish. Oh my God, dude! I had customers today that just, dude. I try to tell them, you know, let's quit lady fishing and let's go actually get something to bring for the, you know, the table, bring home for dinner.
Yeah, you don't eat lady fish.
I don't know about that, man. I won't feed that to my people. But we've had a tough time, you know, like talking about. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, man.
So we've had a tough time, like for eating fish, right? I mean, so everything's kind of shut down in the area, inshore wise. Your snook, your redfish, your trout, which is going to open up June 1st. They north of State Road 64, so pretty much Tampa Bay.
Really?
Yeah. So Tampa Bay North they're gonna reopen. Which honestly, myself, I'm not gonna really focus on it. I'm gonna still fill the box with mackerel and snapper. You know, I'm not a big advocate on killing our inshore species, especially the reds and the snook. I mean, I'll keep a few trout every now and then, but I try to avoid killing, you know, especially those nice slot reds. And I mean, anything over 30 inch on a snook, man, she's out there breeding. She's producing more for us. So to me, there's no reason to kill them. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you know, at the end of the day, though, they're paying for a trip. And if that's what they want, you gotta do that for them.
Yeah, you gotta cater. You know.
Yeah.
Why you gotta get one of those line cutter rings?
Oh,
and as you go to lift the fish, it's accidentally. Oh my God! I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I got a little technique, man. I just shake it off, you know, just a little. I grab the leader a little too close, you know. Oops! Quick release, boys. That was a good one, you know. No.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's going to open up, and I know, especially our local clientele, right? I mean, the tourist stuff, all the tourists that come from up north, they're happy with a mackerel and a snapper. But I mean, my local clientele, those boys want to take home a redfish and put it on the grill. So it's going to happen. I mean, I know it's coming. I'm cringing a little bit about it, but I mean, I know it's going to happen. So just gotta go with it, I guess.
Yeah.
You gotta cater.
So
Yeah,
what do you foresee? What do you foresee kind of moving into the summer? Like how's the fishing been? Has it stayed track with what you've seen in previous years?
I mean, I feel like everything always kind of like inshore wise for me always slows down. I mean, the bite slows down, right? I mean, so like say March, we can go out and catch 60, juvenile snook in a trip and not even blink an eye. Whereas, come July and August, I mean, we're going to be doing a lot more dead baiting for them, and they're not going to be chasing bait around. So you get a handful of snook, a couple of redfish, some trout on your inshore trips, and you call it a day. But it's not going to be where it's 60 snook and a bunch of trout and 10, 12 redfish.
Yeah, those days are over.
Yeah, it's over, man.
Days are over.
Until September, I can't. Well, I'm ready for September to be here already.
I used to love this time of year tournament fishing reds because you guys would be pounding the beaches and the passes, getting the tarpon, snook, things like that. Leave all them schools of redfish alone. Nobody messing with them.
No pressure.
The hell out of it. I love the hell out of it, man. But it's changed a lot out there since I was doing it, and this one thing. I'm gonna ask you a loaded question here, but
oh boy,
we had
nothing new, bull.
Yeah, I know. We had a little tragedy. And with the spill from Mosaic. And have you seen any effects of any of that stuff out there?
I honestly, man, I haven't. I mean, our water still looks good. I mean, we're dealing. I call it snot grass. I mean, if anybody's been in our area, like anywhere else, like I fish down in Boca, they don't get this grass. I mean, it's not as bad as we do. And this stuff, it's not killing fish, but it'll choke a place out and the fish will get out of there. So when I see that, I mean, and it seems like it gets worse and worse every year, honestly, but I don't know if it has anything to do with that. The nitrogen in the water, I mean, it's obviously going to kill the grass. It's killing seagrass every day. But there has been a couple manatees like up in the bushes, man, bloated up and, especially up north. I haven't seen them personally. I mean, everything that I fish, my areas have been, they've been staying pretty nice.
Good.
And fingers crossed, knock on wood, I'm just trying to be optimistic, man. I mean, especially just splitting away from the marina again, like I said, it was a big move. So when I heard about that, my heart kind of dropped for sure.
Yeah.
But
because these 3 months are crucial for you to get through the year.
Yeah.
3 months here. It really makes a full year, just 3 months of fishing for tarpon just because of the money. The income you guys generate in a 3 month period is, I mean, I know guys that are ranging $50,000 to $75,000 in 3 months just doing tarpon.
Yeah, they do it. I mean, you run 50 tarpon trips. I mean, and honestly, there's a lot of guys that are doing half-day tarpon trips now, which I won't do it. I mean, if I'm going to put the effort in. Say again? That's
a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah. It is. I mean, you can't, 4 hours to catch it. I mean, you can do it when the bite's good, it'll happen. But like this week, man, with this high pressure and these winds, you ain't catching a fish. You ain't getting one in the boat. You know what I mean? If you do, you're getting lucky, honestly.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, I was out all day today, and I've talked to all my other buddies and everyone. It was a struggle today, man. I mean, a couple fish caught. I hooked one at the bridge. I mean, we rode the beach for 4.5 hours, and then I went and sat up on a bridge, and I mean, we made it happen. But we jumped it, broke us off on the bridge. Of course, structure and tarpon, you always win. 9 times.
Yeah. They're good about that too.
Yeah. Oh the gosh, man. They know where to go.
Exactly
You know?
where to go, dude.
It's amazing the couple times that I've done it. How many times they'll figure eight you around pilings, through pilings, go under It's like, all right, well, might as well just pop this one off.
Yeah, you might as well, man. I mean,
It's
you
like
know
they
what's
know
happening.
what they're doing. Like they're tying a knot around them damn pilings. Like it's
Yeah.
like they've done this before.
That's just crazy.
It's just like a larger snook that most guys catch your larger snook around some type of structure, and
Right.
I mean they're gonna do the same thing to you. That's why that heavy tackle. But honestly, like I get out on the beach, man, and I'll throw 40-pound leader on, and I'll drop my hook size way down because where are they gonna go? Unless they get to your boat or. The only problem with that is when the sharks come around, you can't horse the fish enough to get them to the boat unhooked. So, but sometimes, man, when there's a lot of people fishing them, it's just like anything. You drop that tackle size down, and you end up getting a lot more bites. So you just gotta, you gotta play it. You gotta play. It's a game, It's a big game. The fishing industry is a game, man, and I love it.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
The largest video game.
It's freaking as hell, man.
No, so Wes, help us out here. We've got Carlos. He's looking for suggestions to try his new kayak out. So I'm assuming it would be water that wouldn't be too hectic. Is there any places near you that are backwater, back bay?
Some backwater weeks or something like that.
So if he's around us, I mean, especially this week with these east winds, I mean, I would go to Emerson Point, drop it in there, and just fish around. I mean, head towards Terracea. He'll stay out of the wind in that. I mean, there's a lot of snook through there right now. There's a lot of redfish. Lure fishing. I mean, you'll get bites on it for sure.
There you go.
Definitely. I mean, where you're going to drop it in from land, I would say, head out to Emerson. Sneed Island and Palmetto. You drive straight out to it. There's a big park. When I was a kid, I used to wade fish it. So, like, honestly, my mom would drop us off at Emerson Point, and she'd come get us after work. You know what I mean? So we would wade fish all day long, all through Terracea and the river, everything that's around there, and then come pick us up. But that's all good area, and it's all sheltered. I mean, on an east wind. I mean, especially
right.
Any suggestions on lures to throw out there for them for any species for that matter?
If you're on the grass flats, like a gulp shrimp behind a popping bobber is always good. I know David likes this one. What's that? I can't even. I've got one. I'm about to go.
You don't need to remember.
You don't want me to say it? Come on, man.
Hey, look, Eric's on too, and Eric, you don't need to be putting nothing up in the comment box either, Fei. We have problems if you do, bro.
I mean, and dead sticking, stick baits and stuff around the mangroves, man. I mean, that's especially once the water temps warm up, that's a great way to get a redfish bite.
Oh yeah, the redfish snook, topwater spook, around the bushes in the morning, especially swim baits, normal swim baits, things like that.
Awesome.
Skinny dippers, die dappers, easies, things like that.
Yeah,
and Bull's your guy for the artificial, honestly, on the saltwater side, man. I artificial a lot for bass, but I don't do it enough in the saltwater to really. I mean, to know. Bull would definitely be able to tell you what to use. I mean, he's the man.
Well, I wish. I wish. No, it's
not anymore. He went back to the bass world, so we swapped places.
I'm the greenfish around, man, instead of the red ones. Redfish, greenfish, bluefish, those kinds of things. So
how's that going, man? I've been trying to follow you a little bit.
My butt's a little sore from Sunday. I took one in the shorts. And,
has nothing to do with fishing.
Yeah, I took one in the shorts on Sunday. Was not expecting that by no means, especially when my partner's cousin and uncle had 30 pounds and their friend had 32 pounds the day before.
Well, that's the problem, man. The day before, shake them damn fish off. Quit sticking them. What are y'all doing?
We had some fish the following week out there, and his cousin and uncle found a bunch more fish, and it just wasn't our day. Just chalked it up to that. I mean, we just didn't get it done.
Yep, the stars didn't align, man.
Look, I'll be back this weekend grinding. We got the bar tow up in Kissimmee this weekend. So, I was supposed to be there today, but with the winds we've got these next couple of days, I'm just kind of playing by ear. And
yeah,
I mean, I already know what I'm doing. I did it last month. Is get in that hydrola and just make it happen. So
they're still in there.
Chuck and
now,
wind.
where'd you fish? You fished at Istapoga last weekend?
Yeah, Istapoga last weekend, Extreme Blockers tournament there. So
Gotcha.
we had that one, and it was a tough one, man. It was a tough one. Shout out to Brad Day. He had 26 pounds, and Will Benyon. You remember Will Benyon? Brad Day.
I saw that bag that Brad had, man. That was that's a stud
he had
bag.
26, and Benyon was right behind him with 24. So
Benyon
and Will was in two of the areas we were in, and the one area we didn't go to that we've actually been catching our fish in, we just didn't go to it for whatever reason. He ended up winning or getting second place there. So, shout out to him, man. It was not good weather. That was no excuse. I mean, weight still came in. So,
well, if I know Brad, he probably got 5 bites and made all 5 count. You know what I mean?
No.
No, come on, man. He'll flip it all day long.
He had a day. No, look, you know how he drags that out, man. He had a day. He got some fish, man. There's quite a bit of plastic in his boat.
All scattered, man. I remember, man. I used to take them in. I would take them and hide them in water bottles so nobody would see what I was using. Bought a water bottle, throw it in the corner of the boat.
Yeah, it's no secret. I mean, it's black and blue, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no secret.
Hey, man, some of them little crawls were the way, So try to keep it. Oh,
hey, buddy.
Hey,
son Connor, guys.
Oh, there's the next Wildman.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So Wes, we're going to be starting some segments on fishing reports and stuff like that. And you and I had spoke about that. I'm looking to get started next week. Are you down for that?
Yeah. I mean, if you catch me, it just depends on when it is, man. I mean, I'd like to be able to do it on the water. That'd be cool as long as it, or even in the evenings. But we can definitely make it happen. Just as long as I'm not tied up. So
hopefully you got something on your line. That would be good.
Oh, that'd be epic.
Yeah, that'd be it. I mean, I'd like to do something live on the boat,
Yeah,
that would be
cool.
Yeah, that would it. Yeah, especially the tarpon or something.
It'd be super epic.
Or figure out a way I could go live onto the onto this or something when we get a fish hook.
Yep.
I mean, that would be pretty solid too. But yeah, we definitely, man. I'm down to do some reports, and
awesome.
I mean, I have this week and pretty much all of June. Is most of the stuff is tarpon. I mean, I've definitely got some inshore mixed in, so I'll be talking a lot of tarpon, but I can give a good update on what the inshore fishery's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tarpon's where it's at right now. So
everybody's been
there, man.
for it, man. Last year wasn't that great of a year for a lot of people, and so this year, people seem a little more hungry, to get out there this year.
They want to slay the silver dragon, man.
Hey,
That's
Carlos,
man.
better be careful, Carlos. It's gonna be blowing, bro. That little plastic thing's gonna look.
Oh, dude, yeah.
You better tie a kite to it, man. You can get from one leg to the other real quick.
That little plastic thing, we're gonna see this little red thing go across the lake.
Get you a windsock, them little windsocks they used to use back in the day, man.
You gotta get that on the back, dude. Shoot. Poor little Carlos.
Oh yeah.
Hang tight, Carlos. Make sure you have your vest on, bud. For sure.
Yeah.
Get your e-curb ready, man. You're gonna need it.
Headed your way, Carlos.
Yeah. Shoot.
No. Well, Wes, I really appreciate you joining us, man. It was awesome to hear what's going on and what you got going on. So make sure.
I really appreciate it too, guys. Thank you guys very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
I got a question for you, Wes. Let's break down your rates and what you got going on, man. What do you charge and your trips?
Okay, so if it's an inshore trip, 3 people is $500, and the 4th guy is $50. I don't, I do a lot of 6-packs when if it's a touristy thing. I'd rather not, so try to limit your cruise to that like 4-man crew is for a really good experience. 6 hours or 700 for an inshore, 8 hours or 900, and then tarpon, it's 800 for a 6 hour, 1,000 for an 8 hour. If you want to go longer, it's $100 an hour. So, and that's for a 2 to 3 man crew. Tarpon, I don't take any more than 3 guys at a time. It's just
Too much.
it gets too much.
Yeah,
A lot of work.
So, and if you want to do a tarpon trip, I mean, what you're after. It's definitely not like it's not for the faint
beginner
of heart. Yeah, it's not a beginner thing. I mean, it is, if you really want to catch one, but you got to be ready to put your time in. You got to be ready to put your head down and
get your heart broken.
and
Possibly be humble a
get your
little
heart broke a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and patience, man. Patience, and that's all it is. Some days some days you can hook 6, 7 fish. Some days you hook 1 fish. I mean, and I'm talking 6 and 8 hour trips. I mean, like I said today, we had 1 bite, saw fish all day long, but we had 1 bite that counted. You know what I mean? So that was a 6 hour trip with 3 people on the boat. So
Good deal. Good
Yeah.
deal. That's going rate for everybody. So
Yeah, that's
Out of curiosity,
low. Everybody's the same price. It's
Right.
that goes.
Yeah.
track for
What-
sure.
what-
trying
boat
to
are you
stay
in?
pretty competitive, most of us do. Some of the old timers, they do charge a little bit more, but I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
you get the right guy, he's worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep. Truly a good experience with you, man. Truly.
Yeah.
a good
You are the right guy.
Yeah, the right guy, man. Let's go.
There you
I'm
go.
ready. I fish every day, man. I crave chasing them. Every day is a new day tomorrow. I'll wake up, I'll be fresh and ready. I won't be thinking about what happened today, So
Yeah. Yeah. We have to turn the
Keep
page,
moving
man.
forward with
yeah.
it.
Every
That's
day's a new
it,
day,
man.
that's for sure.
I'll be dreaming about it tonight, though. Be thinking about what I did, but
Who you lying? Hey, man,
Yeah,
you
be haunting
lying.
the dreams.
You lying.
You got to get some of the secret Dave hooks. I promise you. If they're what I
Yeah.
think you're talking about, Dave, you're
The
gonna
hooks.
I'll get you. So they're Vector Hooks, man. New company. Legit, man. Legit company. I'm repping them. I start the 1st. And but I'll get you some, Wes. I'll get you some, man. It's a stout hook.
and it will penetrate. I know
It will
Yeah.
penetrate, no problem. And
it
like
doesn't have to be a
eight
lot.
ounce, I gave them a pack of 8 ounce. The 6 and 7s will be here. They're held up in customs right now. But yeah, I gave them a pack of 8 ounce. I said, dude, break them. Do whatever you can.
Really?
Let's trash the hook. I said, put multiple fish on it. I want the full experience of a tarpon.
Right.
You've not been tested on a tarpon, and if you can get past the jumps, the power, the bone in their head, and still have a quality hook at the end of a fish catch, something special.
3
Something
fish
special.
catches.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm down, man. I'll get with you for sure, Bull.
Yeah, let's hook up.
For sure.
Let's hook up, bud. I'll get you on the guide program.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down, man. Anything that can
Yep.
change the game, a little tweak here and there is,
Oh, yeah.
I'm always looking for that.
It's a bad hook. It's a bad hook, brother. It's a bad hook, my friend.
Yeah. Well, let me get a pack before the season's over, man. Let me test them out.
I got you, homie. I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. We're gonna have to meet up for sure. Gotta get out on the boat. We'll do a little evening session or something. Man. We'll go out
I'm
there.
down for that, man. It's I was just talking to I think it was Andrew today or somebody, man. It's been, dude, last tarpon I hooked has been about 10 years, man.
Oh
About 10
man, you
years.
are due.
I've caught the little ones. I've caught the juveniles, but I'm talking like the full.
You're like a tarpon, like a 150
Yeah.
plus.
I want to fly a couple and then call it quits because
Yeah. I know, man. Like honestly, I like watching them jump a couple times, and I'm like, all right, you guys want to catch another one? Let's.
Yeah, when they grow suction cups and go to the sand, dude, I'm done. I don't want it no more. That's when I want to hand the rod off to somebody.
That's them all.
That's it, man. And that's the thing. Like they get to be like 200 pounds, and you're lucky to get them to jump. I mean, they're on the bottom.
Like a stingray.
Yeah, it feels like one.
Exactly what it is.
It feels like a damn Volkswagen going across the bottom, just
That's
chugging
insane.
along. You're like, what is going on, man?
It'll come up, grab air, and go right back. And you're
Yeah,
like,
that's
really?
good. They'll
Yeah,
do
it's
it,
coming
too.
up. We're gonna get it in the.
No, you're not.
No.
Yeah, it's just not done yet, boys. That's it. I did catch it. So last year, I think I mean, we got some measurements on it. I would call it like a 220, 230-pound class. This joker, yeah, giant, man. And this joker caught it in beam point, like in the pass.
Yes.
It drug us all the way out the pass to the sandbar and came straight back up the sandbar all the way to the beach, dude. We beached the boat, got out, took pictures of it. I mean, it's the biggest one I've
That's impressive.
landed.
That's impressive because I've noticed the numbers of tarpon we're getting these days. And I noticed because of that, we have a quote unquote mini Boca Grande as far as the shark go there at Egmont Key Channel and Anna Maria Beam Point, especially being
watch.
Those hammerheads. That big female I saw has already been back. So
yeah, they're around. I mean, there's actually someone posted a video of them, and these fish weren't even hooked. And there was a hammerhead chasing some tarpon out on the sandbar out on Beam Point, and they weren't even fish that were hooked up. But that's the thing, man. Honestly, like if I have a big one hooked and I know there's like no opportunity, if a shark shows up, I mean that she's getting popped off. I mean, I ain't playing, I mean, that fish is too valuable. You get it people like to see it for some reason, like to watch the freaking mayhem go down when that crap
Everybody
happens.
gets their phones out.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. But here's the other thing, man. When the sandbar turns into blood, when it's a bloodbath, then everybody's eyes are all like huge and they're like,
they're all sad.
Mouths are dropped, and then everyone's quiet. They're like, what just happened? But they think it's cool while it's getting chased around. I'm like, no. Like, we can't have that, man. So I usually try to pop them off when that happens. But
well, good deal, Wes, man. I appreciate you coming on, buddy, and everybody out there listening, man. Great captain, good friend, knows the waters, get you on some good fish, great prices. That's the going rate for everybody in the territory here on the West Coast. And you guys want to go experience a tarpon trip, inshore trip, West definitely for the Sun Coast, Cultural Coast, Northern area, is your guy, man. Go ahead and give him a call, reach out to them, get set up.
I appreciate it, guys. And I can, if I can plug the phone number too, it's 941-322-4108. And then again, the website's Wildman's Adventures, Wildman with an S on the end, Adventures. But that's it. That's how you guys get a hold of me for sure, guys. So
Perfect.
I really appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for having me on, for sure.
Thanks, Wes.
Appreciate your time,
man.
I got a little bit in the background, man. I'm gonna go help get this little guy down. I'm sorry, fellas.
No, you're good, man. Hey, look, pack of hooks, evening trip. We're good.
Hey, yeah, that's it, man.
That's a hell of a trade-off.
I know,
right?
Hey, I got hooks too.
I'll bring hooks and sandwiches. Like, we gotta
bring me a sandwich.
Bottles of water.
Oh yeah, I'll bring a sandwich and a 6-pack, brother.
Yeah,
I've got
a pack of hooks.
You need soap.
And the soap, man.
No.
Cool,
Wes, thanks, man. I appreciate it very much. I will talk to you this coming week.
Yeah, for sure, right. Andrew. Get with me. Just give me a heads up when we want to do that, and I'll make sure I'll try to be available for it for sure. So.
Sounds like a plan, man.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Thanks, man. Take care, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Well,
dude, I want to go tarpon fishing now. I want to hook up on a tarpon again.
Oh yeah,
it's been like 2 years.
I'm going. I want to put the test to those hooks myself too. So
10 years, Dave.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I used to do it on a regular. Every year I used to do it. Had a good time doing it.
You are due, man. You are.
Yeah, it's great. I've been there, done it. It hurts.
It does.
It hurts. At the end of the trip, it's all great and fine and dandy. Then tomorrow you're like, ooh,
yeah, creaky. Yeah, it's if you haven't experienced it, you need.
Yes.
Definitely hit up Wes, and he'll put you on something that'll really make you hurt the next day.
Nothing like watching a fish fly, 7-foot fish.
It's
fly
beautiful
in the air, man.
It's so beautiful. They come.
And I'm not talking a couple feet out of the water. I'm talking 6 to 10 foot.
Like just it's insane, dude.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, you guys are wearing Bass Assassin hats, and it reminds me of a promotion that's going on right now. over at bassassassin.com for the 5-inch die dappers.
Yes.
Now, if I were you, Dave, what would I be using these for?
Everything.
And why would I need them?
Well, right now, if you're going out with Carlos, paddling around in the plastic boat, fishing that with the weightless hook, EWG 5-aught or 6-aught, throwing it around the flats, redfish, snook,
Trout,
big trout.
Okay.
You know, love them. Yeah, you have a good time with those. You can fish them under the mangroves, around the mangroves. Fish have been moving out to the outside. You know, it's that time of year in the summer here.
Yeah.
And the moon phases, more snook will be going out of the pass, and more redfish will be coming in the pass with these moon phases. So some schools of reds will start showing up in our territory. But going to the lakes, that time of year, the shell cracker, the bluegill are up. Throwing that around in the mornings, putting that on the back of a swim jig is another fun thing, which I'll be doing this weekend.
What are a few colors that you would suggest that they should use this promo code for?
So the promo code, man, the saltwater stuff, always snowstorm. Can't go wrong with the white. The Houdini color, watermelon reds, you know, the saltwater stuff, anything with a little chartreuse in it, Mama's 14K, Mama's chicken.
Yeah, I like that.
Electric chicken's another good one.
Yeah.
So you can get on that. And over at the lakes, you know, the Houdini, the Chico's Red Ear.
I really like a St. John special. If I were
St. John's, yes, the bright blues right now, you know, because the fish are, the female bluegill have that bright blue in them right now for us, and the male have the purple and black. So, you know, you can get away with some of that stuff. Bounty Hunter's another good one. Looks like a big shiner.
Yeah.
So Houdini looks like a shiner. Looks like a female bluegill. So some of those colors right now, even white, the shad spawn's starting to kick. Every moon, we got another shad spawn. So over at the lakes.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with white, freshwater, saltwater. Get you.
Yep.
That's awesome. And speaking of Bass Assassin, this Thursday, we've got a special guest coming in. It just happens to be not only a Bass Assassin Pro, but a Vector Hooks Pro, Bassmaster Elite Pro, Brad Watley.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm excited about that one because it happens to also be day one of his Gunnersville stop.
Gunnersville tournament, yeah.
Yes.
Day one of the Gunnersville. So we get to pick his brain on Gunnersville.
So that'll be a show that everybody's going to want to tune into.
Definitely.
That's a good one.
No.
That's really good. I'm excited to see what he does and how he does that day, and for him to report on back to us and let us know how it goes.
Yeah, and that just shows what kind of class guy he is too, man. You know, because I reached out to him, I was like, "Yo, dude, you're fishing an event. This is your
Are you sure?
This is your job. You know, you support your family doing this. Are you sure?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, once I'm off the water after my fish hit the scales, that I'm on tomorrow."
Right. I'm sure if it's pre-fishing time, he's a little different.
Yeah, pre-fishing, he's sun up to sundown, literally.
Yeah, he's meticulous, man.
Sun's hanging.
No, he's super meticulous. Super awesome to see the structure
of
his boat.
Very knowledgeable too, man. It'll be a good show. Be a good show.
For sure. Well, guys, I guess until Thursday.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Get your dye dappers, 15% off.
That's it.
Get your sudsy to wash off after you catch them on your dye dappers.
Right. DDA 15 at bassassassin.com. Go get your dye dappers. It's worth it. 100%. Well, that's all I got, guys. That is all I got. I will see you all Thursday.
I'm excited for Thursday. That's all I'm going to say. I'm very excited for Thursday.
Till Thursday.
Till Thursday, guys. Thanks, everybody.